The icy wind howled across the frostbitten wasteland of Scaril, a land where the sun barely rose above the horizon and twilight lingered endlessly. Snowflakes drifted like ash from a dead sky, swirling between jagged peaks and ice-laced pine. Few dare journey this far north. Only fools, exiles, or those chasing something ancient and dangerous. Kneeling amidst a glistening snowbank, two elven women laughed, their melodic voices ringing like crystal chimes in the frozen silence. Both had skin the color of moonlit frost and hair the hue of glacier ice. Their eyes, piercing and luminous, seemed to hold entire constellations within. Wrapped in fur-lined cloaks of green and gold, they shared a bottle of dark wine, the glass shimmering against the dying light. "Talia," whispered the one on the left, brushing a strand of hair from her sister's cheek. "Do you think he's close?" Talia grinned, her wine-stained lips parting into a mischievous smile. "Oh, he's near. I can feel his heartbeat, like a drumbeat beneath the snow." "Then let him come," the other said. "We'll finish our drink before the game begins." Their names were known only in whispers, Talia and Eleni, the snowborn sisters of Scaril. To some, they were witches. To others, spirits of vengeance. To most, they were a myth. But to a man known only as Drawn the Black, they were his quarry. Far behind them, a massive figure stalked across the tundra, armor clanking softly with every step. Drawn was built like a mountain, broad, brutish, and draped in rune-carved steel. Fur from the slain direwolves of the north was stitched into his cloak, and his left pauldron bore the sigil of a sun split in two, a symbol of the fallen kingdom he once served. He had tracked them for 13 days, through blizzards, through ruins long buried beneath permafrost, through the screams of men who had followed him but never returned. And now, just beyond a ridge, he saw them, two glowing shapes against the snow, seated like they owned the world. But he was not alone. To his right, a silent figure crouched, cloaked in blackened mail, masked from view. The second warrior was a mystery even to Drawn. He'd found the shadow 2 nights ago, watching the sisters from afar. They had said nothing to each other, only nodded, an unspoken pact of violence. Now, as Drawn crept forward, he turned to glance at his silent ally, but the figure was already gone, vanished into the snow mist. He grunted. "Coward or hunter," he muttered, then focused forward. The elves didn't move. They simply watched him, sipping wine as if greeting an old friend. "You are brave," Talia said, raising her glass. "Or perhaps just very stupid." Drawn stepped into the open, sword drawn. Its blade pulsed with ancient runes, etched from a time when dragons still bled in the sky. "I've come for the Heartstone," he said, "and your deaths, if you stand in my way." Eleni chuckled, rising slowly. Snow dusted her knees. "The Heartstone? My dear, that was lost an age ago. But we do still have our deaths," Talia added, also standing. "Would you like them gift-wrapped?" Lightning cracked in the distance, splitting the horizon. The mountains groaned. Something shifted beneath the snow. Drawn didn't flinch. No riddles. No dancing words. "Give me the stone." Talia sighed, stepping forward with hands raised in mock surrender. "Very well, but only if you answer one question. I'm not here for games. Just one." Eleni insisted, mirroring her sister. "You've come through frost, fire, and death. You've watched friends die, seen gods weep. Why do you still chase something you barely understand?" Drawn paused. The wind howled. "I had a daughter," he said finally. "Once. She wasted away when the sky turned black. The healers failed. The priests prayed until their voices bled. They told me the Heartstone could restore what was lost. So I chased it. I still do." The sisters exchanged a glance. Something deeper than amusement flickered between them. "And if you find it?" Talia asked softly. "What then?" "I'll bring her back. Eleni's smile faded. Even if she returns, she will not be as she was. Then she will not be alone. A heartbeat passed. The snow quieted, and then they moved. Talia's cloak unfurled like wings as she leapt into the air, snow blasting outward. Eleni vanished in a blur, reappearing behind Drawn with twin daggers gleaming. But he was ready. He pivoted, sword flashing, parrying one strike, ducking another. Steel rang out like thunder. Blades danced. The snow turned crimson. Eleni weaved between his swings like a shadow, her laughter turning wild. Talia unleashed blasts of frost magic, but Drawn's armor flared with counter-runes, deflecting most of the force. Still, he was slowing. 2 against 1. He knew this might be his end, but he welcomed it. Then came a third sound, a shriek. The shadow, the silent figure, had returned. Bursting from the fog, it drove a jagged spear into Eleni's side. Her cry echoed across the tundra. Talia screamed and turned, eyes flaring white-blue, sending a shockwave of ice toward the attacker. But he was gone again, fading like smoke. Drawn used the moment. His sword swept low, catching Talia's leg. She fell to one knee, breath ragged, blood dark against her skin. "Enough!" she roared, raising both hands. A pulse erupted from her palms, magic older than the ice itself. The earth cracked. A massive creature, half ice, half spirit, rose from beneath the snow, towering above them, roaring with 1,000 voices. "The frost revenant," Drawn whispered. Talia collapsed, drained. Eleni crawled to her side, still breathing, but barely. The revenant moved toward Drawn, each step shaking the ground. Behind him, the shadow warrior appeared once more. "You want the stone?" Talia gasped. "Then take it." From her cloak, she pulled a small crystal, glowing with a soft, pulsing light. She tossed it weakly toward Drawn. He caught it. The heartstone. Warmth filled his hands, pulsing in time with his own heart. But the revenant still advanced. Suddenly, the shadow warrior stepped forward, raising a glowing talisman. The creature paused. It groaned, turning toward the figure. Drawn watched as the shadow walked calmly to the revenant and spoke a word. One word. The revenant froze, then shattered into 1,000 shards of ice. Silence fell. Talia and Eleni lay on the snow, wounded but alive. The shadow approached Drawn. "You knew the word?" Drawn asked. The figure pulled back its hood. It was a woman, human. Eyes like obsidian, lips pale. She bore the mark of the Oracle of Varn. "I was sent to stop the stone from falling into wrong hands," she said. Drawn looked down at it, still glowing in his palm. "And mine?" he asked. She hesitated. "Not wrong, but burdened." He looked back at the elves. Despite the blood and battle, they were not evil, only protectors of something sacred. He walked toward them and knelt. "You fought well," he said. Talia smiled through pain. "You didn't kill us." "No," Drawn replied, "because I finally understand. Some things are not meant to be forced." He placed the stone on the snow between them. Eleni touched it. "You could still use it." "I could," he agreed. "But then I would become what I swore to fight." The oracle stepped beside him. "Come, your daughter's memory lives in you, not in magic." Drawn nodded. Behind them, the sky began to clear. The twilight faded, giving way to a gentle dusk. Stars emerged, twinkling like blessings across the horizon.